Standing with your heels together, feet slightly turned out, open your arms and heart to the information this form may hold for you today. Cross your left wrist and ankle over the right, then circle your leg out following the path of the sun until it lands in a parallel position. Then allow your arms to drift down towards your legs. Immediately, lift them back up again and imagine that you're going to take the very top layer of your mind, removing the top of your head to allow illumination to come in from the sun, and dropping down to earth any brain mutter, all of that chatter that keeps us from being present with what's around us. Then take a moment to relax and imagine what your life might look like if you didn't have brain mutter. Draw energy up from the earth and then scoop up an aspect of yourself, of your heart, that you'd like to bring forward with this form. I'm going to energize that intention with support from the earth and from heaven. Imagine that the sun, the heat, the fire of the sun is coming down, intermingling with the water of the earth so that it evaporates and begins to form a little cloud. There's a barometric pressure that builds, and then there's a cloudburst watering the earth below. I'm going to do the same image on the left side. Imagine taking the heat of the sun, bringing it down to earth, and allowing that evaporation to happen. This is working with the primordial forces and the alchemy of combining fire and water in your body. As you do this movement, you're creating an energy to support the intention that you've set as you do this form, and allow your heart to be fully expressed. As you do the movement, relax your breath and just see if you can feel a flow of energy. As that energy comes up from the earth, circles around, drop your elbow so you can feel pressure between the two hands before that cloudburst waters the earth below. So both sides of your body are now fully energized and ready to move forward with the next step. Reach back behind you as far as you can. Raise your fingers and then bring your arm forward as though you're scooping all of information and experience from the past and bringing it into the present moment. Then you make a choice to dive down and allow yourself to feel whatever feelings come up, particularly when you're dealing with the past. You begin this Lotus push practice by having a sense of pushing one hand against the other. There's a resistance as one side tries to dominate, says it's right, then the other side does the same thing, all the while keeping your head up so you're observing this from a place of neutral compassion until all sides realize they're interdependent and you release that struggle. At that point, you can impregnate yourself with your own destiny. Allow that seed to come up, expand through your spine, and unfurl one hand at a time, joining together the mind with the heart till you form a bud of potential. This lotus then begins to grow into full blossom, one petal at a time. The lotus is a sacred symbol that grows out of a swamp, out of muck. As you do this movement here, the lotus wafting, you're imagining the lotus is extending its fragrance across the mists of the lake around it, burning away projections that others might put on you, or projections that you might hide behind yourself, as you send heart energy in all directions. Then you go back to that original intention from your heart from a more realized place. and set it into motion as you walk your talk. As you pick up your leg, you want to flex that foot so that you can kick through any obstacles and follow through with a very yang movement from your arm, pushing straight ahead, then scooping down one side then the other to access the wisdom of your ancestors, both biological and spiritual, those upon whose shoulders you stand, and bring that up into balance. As you do this movement, as you walk your talk, it's about extending that intention, letting your passion, letting what you care about the most become the dominant feeling that you have as you move through your days. Every time we do this, we access that sense of lineage, whatever's brought us to who we are, and do that with a feeling of balance. With this final step, you're going to imagine one last kick through those obstacles. Then imagine stepping off the treadmill of karma into a kind of flying position as you become one with the energy of this exquisite lotus. As you bring your hands together, focus on your heart and the ways in which you feel connected to the world around you.